Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Intellectual stew.
informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew with James.
What's up? What it do? It's time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland. And we are excited to have another episode of Show Us How to Date You. And for the last few weeks, we've had an all-female panel, all women, and you all have been coming on, and y'all have been telling us what you like and what you don't like and what your idiosyncrasies are and all of these things. Well, tonight, we have some of the brothers on, and the brothers are going to come and they're going to answer some of your responses from last week and some of the questions that you had from today's post. So without any further ado, because I want to get started on time so we can get done at a reasonable hour and when we can have a good conversation. I got three brothers that are coming on. I'm going to introduce them one by one. First of all is my homeboy, my partner, Mr. J. Gerard. What's up, Mr. James Gerard? Can you hear me, James? J. Gerard. Hopefully he'll hear me in a second. I'm talking to him. Let's see if Otis is ready. Otis, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Let me text James Gerard, let him know what's going on. Tell us who you are, Otis, so we can get started. I was talking to you, James. But go ahead, Otis. Yeah, tell us who you are. Tell us what you're doing, all that kind of stuff.
My name is Otis Shavers. I'm from north of Arkansas. Graduated in '88. I'm a chef. I got my own small catering business called Boaz Catering, which means strength.
Okay, good. J. Gerard, you present now? We were talking to you a minute ago. You didn't hear us, so let me.
Okay, I hear you now. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, good. We got Mr. Gerard in the house. What's up, J. Gerard? What's up, baby boy? You good?
I'm well. How's everybody?
Everybody's good. Tell them who you are, what you do, and let's get ready to get this conversation started.
Okay, well, I'm James Gerard. I do community work. I'm a barber. I have a barber shop. I've owned a barber shop for I guess over 12 years now in Ackworth, Georgia. Also founded and currently president at Community Corps Incorporated. It's a nonprofit organization that do community work, through contact points in the community, within the community. So that's what I do.
All right. We got one more brother, Mr. Marcus Cormier. What's up? Am I pronouncing your? Oh, hold on. I got you muted. Let me. Are you unmuted? Am I pronouncing your name right? How do you pronounce your last name?
Cormier.
Cormier. I'm saying Aaron.
Yeah, a lot of my family from Louisiana, but
all right.
I'm 42, originally from Lufkin, Texas. Former college athlete, officer in the military. I was in the IT office in the military. I'm currently a program manager at Amazon in our IT tech launch division.
Okay, great. When Mark and I know each other from the barbershop, And so when we talk about having the great barbershop conversations, ironically, I didn't even think about it, but I got a person that owns a barbershop that's on the stream. And I also have a guy that I met at the barbershop, and we have some deep conversations in our barbershop. And one day we were having one of those type of conversations, and I met Mr. Cormier. So I said, you know what, man, I need to get you to come in, and I need you to talk on the podcast. And I like this conversation. So that's why we're here. Big O, as I used to call, I can't even call you Big O no more, Big O.
Yeah, I know, man. I lost a lot of weight, dog.
How much weight did you lose, man? Because we're gonna give you some accolades right now. How much weight did you lose?
Well, my biggest weight was at 550. The last time I weighed in, I was at 215. So I believe I'm at 215 right now.
So you lost 335 pounds. Man,
yes,
that is amazing. That's two whole people off.
I feel better too, man. I feel
man,
much
that's
better,
amazing.
much better.
That's amazing. Awesome. You should have documented that journey, man. That means somebody definitely needs to hear your story. So all you ladies in the chat to see Big O, well, used to be Big O. I can't call him Big O no more. Used to be Big O. He has lost 335 pounds, and he ain't had no problems getting women then. He didn't even have problems getting women then.
Most definitely.
Yeah, but look at him now. So I'm excited about it. So we're gonna get the show started. And fellas, like I said, we have been on this subject for about 2 weeks. Now, y'all, when I do this, I'm texting people. So I'm good. Okay. We've been on this show for about 2 weeks. We've been talking, Mark, about show us how to date you. First week, I brought the ladies on and I asked them 3 specific questions. Otis, I think you were on that night. We asked them how they like to be approached. Of course, they said they don't want you snaking them and all that kind of stuff, the pss, 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 and all that kind of stuff. They want you to be genuine. They want you to introduce yourself, say your name, all that kind of stuff. Then we asked them what kind of things they like to do on their first date. And we also asked them another question. We asked them how they prefer to be communicated with, because you hear so many women that say they don't want they don't want to be what they say they don't want pen pals. And they don't want you all the good morning beautiful text and all those. But some women say they were cool with it, So, and that's the thing I also try to say, Mark and Otis, is that none of our answers are absolute. These are all opinions. You know what I'm saying? So if you can do something with it, if you can use it, run with it. But tonight we're going to have these conversations. So last week we talked about dating with a purpose. Let me ask something, James. If you date, are you dating with a purpose? Can you hear me, James? Okay, James not hear me. Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, if you date, are you dating with a purpose, or are you just dating for the fun of it?
I date for the purpose at hand at sometimes. Not everybody's, I don't go into dating thinking everybody's my wife. Some situations are there is a companion, and I mean platonic. Sometimes I need just that female counterpart to give me advice, help me out in life, the things that, and have conversations of vulnerability that I can't have with my male counterparts. Then when it comes into dating, I'm open-hearted, but I don't try to criticize a lot of women when it comes to dating, because it's dating. We're getting to know each other, and I don't want them to feel bad about who they are. Because if you're not for me, you're not for me, but you're a perfect somebody for somebody else. So I take the time to know them, and I decide where we go from there. But if I was to say, when it comes to dating, when I do interact with a woman, I take the time to know her. It's like, remember when we first started driving the car, we'd just get in and go anywhere. But when we got to a certain age in life, every time we get in our car, we know exactly where we're going, right? And when I'm with certain women, when I engage with them, after a while, I know exactly where I'm going with that woman.
That sounds good. James, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. All right, same question. Do you when you date, are you, because I always hear women say, I'm dating with a purpose. And let me not make that voice. Let me not make that voice, because it sounds I'm sorry, sisters. I ain't mean to do that. Now hold on, before we go further. All the ladies in the chat, or everybody in the chat, share this thread right quick, please, so we can get some people in this conversation and we can have a really, really good conversation. We got 3 good brothers on tonight. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a rookie. I ain't good at dating. I don't know how to do it, so I'm learning like everybody else. I got my pen, I got a pen, and I got some paper over here. So here my paper is. So I'm learning too. All right. So your turn, Jay Gerard.
Right.
Your turn. You taking notes?
Definitely taking notes. Right.
All right. Good. Go ahead, Jay Gerard. When you date, are you dating with a purpose? Are you dating with a purpose?
Yes,
Okay.
I would say. I mean, I think ultimately I would have to define it with that. I think my experience is I dated enough when I was just out to date, um, you know, to know after a while that I wanted a little bit more than just dating. And I think as you mature as a man, in my situation that I did. Um, but my situation was I've been married before and then being divorced and having to, go through the whole position of being out of dating, then trying to date again. So it was a totally different world. But I think having the experience of a wife for so many years and then coming back into the dating game, it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely for a purpose, because at some point you know who you are and you kind of know what direction you're going. Kind of like Mark was saying. And you want to see if you can find someone like-minded. Of course, you want to find somebody that can't take that journey with you, but you know.
Ooh. Oh,
So
you gonna use? Hold on, we ain't even we in the first 10 minutes, and you gonna start using words like journey already?
I mean, it's a journey. I mean, because like you said, you
No, I
have to get
love
to
it.
know.
I love it, baby. I love
You
it.
have
I
to get
love
to
it.
know. You have to get to know people. It takes time. And sometimes. I think we get in a rush. I think nowadays, relationships, in our minds, they have to happen too fast.
Okay.
And I think that's, a lot of them start fast and they end just as fast as they start. But I think if you take your time, just get to know each other, have some conversations, find out what you got in common, find out what your belief system is. All that stuff is important. Once you get beyond the age of just, they fine, or he handsome, that type of thing, or he drive this or he drive that, because
You're talking real good, young man.
right,
Hey,
right.
and fellas, do me a favor. If you're not talking at that particular moment, mute yourself and then unmute yourself right when you come out, so we won't have any background feedback. Otis, same question for you, sir. Do you? No, you're up now, Otis. If you date, are you dating with a
Okay.
purpose?
Actually, at my age, yes, I am now. I'm 51. I wasted all those years playing around. I
Wasted.
I was taught that being a player was it, but I wasted those time. I could have been building, saving, educating myself, educating my family, getting my credit together. But I wasted all those years playing those games. So yes, at my age, yes, I date with a purpose now, and I learn from those mistakes. But when I go out, to me, a date is just two people getting together doing something they both enjoy. That's all a date
Okay.
with me. And then also
Okay.
with me, a date is an interview. I want to get to know you. I want to go somewhere quiet, people, so I can talk to you and ask you questions, because you might choose on that night that you don't want to see me again, and likewise. So at this point, yes, I date, and I only date one woman at a time. I'm gonna be real with you. It's expensive to date more than one woman now, so I just date one woman at a time.
Okay. Okay. How you? Okay, Mark, come here, Mark. Um, how do you feel about what Otis just said as far as the dating one woman at a time? Because I'm hearing sisters now. They were talking about Steve. I think it was Steve Harvey's daughter. One of them daughters talking about dating, multiple men. Until you get to know the one, all that kind of thing. How do you feel in the same? And Mark, with that whole conversation right there, if
I
if
feel
you're dating multiple, you answer the question. I'm sorry. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's about supply and demand. I look at myself as a product, right? And I actually take the time to understand exactly what my time schedule, what my emotional balance, what my temperament, how many women, and financially, how many women can I date? Time management too. And depending on where I'm at emotionally, is where I'm able to date and what I'm trying to get out of it. So I gotta say, if you have two women that uh, are asking a lot of time demand in my job and my outside life can't really accommodate that, then I would go one woman at a time. But if my at that point in my life, if I have a little bit more free time, it's different like things like that, I'll be open about the relationship or the circumstances. But I will try to balance what I can hold, because I believe in putting out the best part of me, or a good product, like you said, as far as dating. I can't be everybody's husband, but I can be a good man, a good experience to everybody I encounter throughout that point in my life.
Man, y'all making me sound smart tonight, picking y'all tonight. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I put this panel together this morning, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I was out of town this week for 4 days, so I didn't get a chance to do it the way I wanted to. What about you? What about you, Jay Gerard? What about you? I mean, are you and you're muted? Remember. What about you? Do you are you dating multiple women to get to that one, or how are you working that? He is freezing. Otis, come here. Are you there, James? James. James. I can't hear you. Come here, Otis. I got to call you back. Oh, you just said it. You said you already
Okay.
said you're not going to. You already said you're not going to date multiple women because you said it gets
No.
expensive and all that kind of stuff. And so does that
Very
mean?
expensive.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I gotta get James to get James right. I think you're having am I muted? Well, can you hear
James
me,
is
Otis?
muted. James is muted.
Yeah,
Yes.
James is muted. Yeah,
Yes.
James, you're muted. And you gotta unmute
Yeah,
yourself, James.
you gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Come on,
Okay.
you killing our flow tonight, old man. Come
I
on now,
know it, man.
keep
Listen,
up,
I
bro. Every
don't
time I
know
ask you a question,
because
you
the
ain't ready
internet,
yet.
they got lead in the paint over here, man. I don't know.
Okay. No,
I don't
the
know.
question. Hey, the question is,
Wow.
are you dating multiple people?
I heard
Getting
a
ready for
lot
that
of
one
that.
person.
I heard a
Okay,
lot of that. Yeah,
so
I
what's your
think for
question?
me, and I mean, no, I don't know. First of all, I ain't got the energy for it. It's a lot. There's too many conversations. And honestly, for me, I'm at a point in my life where I can't be emotionally available for more than one woman at a time. So yeah, you may date a lot, but being emotionally available for, you know what I mean? And I think that is a level of connectivity that a lot of women are looking for when they date. So if like you're not finna, I ain't finna sit here, I'm emotionally available for you, then I'm hanging up and it just don't work like that for me anymore. Well, I never really was like that because when I was, dating multiple people, it was really mostly about, supply and demand. It was a lot, and my intentions were different. But I think it's just basically at this point when, I think, man, for myself, I'm looking for more that, I decide, okay, well, I'm only going to be available for one, emotionally available for one woman at a time. I can see it. My mom's not here, my auntie, you know, family members, that's different, but I'm talking in relationship sense. I just find it difficult, to be honest with myself as who I am and be emotionally available in that way, in the context of a relationship with more than one woman.
Gotcha. And Mark, I think you answered Brandy's. Mark, I think you answered Brandy's question earlier when Brandy asked if are you honest with the lady? Can you hear me, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
do tell the woman if you're dealing with two different women, multiple women, right?
Yes, I tell women that I'm dating other women. Yes,
Okay.
I'm open about it. But we also know that a lot of people say they want to know the truth, and you still could be wrong for that, right? You could tell a woman that, hey, I'm dating other people, but if you start to lead a person on and doing more with your actions than your words, you can kind of have that misconception. So I try to do a good balance of not only telling them but conducting myself as so.
Okay. All right, Otis. This question is for you. Are you not Brandy, Ashley asked, are you okay with her dating multiple women? Honestly.
Honestly, no. I would be okay with that because honestly, I'm thinking that you getting over because you can 3 or 4 different meals, 3 or 4 guys a good morning text if you like those things. But no, honestly, I wouldn't. But I would want you to be honest with me so I can have a choice because you just
Exactly.
might be good enough and I might accept it. But honestly, no.
All right. And y'all know this is funny because, and this is what I wanted to do also. And Mark, we talked about this. I want to debunk so many of the myths that are out here about men because so much society does so much with social media, TV, all that kind of stuff to program us to be against each other, right? They want to pit us and make us enemies all the time, making you think that we got to have multiple women and we got to do this and we want to do that. Everybody, just because that's been your experience, that doesn't mean that that's everybody's experience. All 4 men on this show have well, 3 so far. I haven't said what I feel because I told you I'm kind of carrying the conversation tonight, but I feel the same way. We don't want to be dating multiple women and doing all that kind of stuff. We would prefer to have one person that we could trust and be. And brothers, are we on a popular consensus with that, brother? Y'all can just shake your head and say yes or no. Are we all Cause we want. Hold on, Mark didn't shake his head. I don't know if Mark ride with me on that one or not. We have to see. Mark, are you cool with? Are you okay with her dating multiple people?
Yeah, until I make that that verbal commitment. I think like it's got to be communication. Everything breaks down communication. And I don't want to ask what I can't reciprocate, right? If I
Mm.
don't want her dating multiple people, I don't need to be open to dating other people also. So if I know if I'm open to dating other people until I make that decision, then I have to be okay with that. When I'm ready as a man to tell her, hey, I want to focus on this and this only, then I think it we need to visit that category. But until then, I'm sorry, I haven't met a woman yet that in Atlanta, that's where we at. That is
It's a
attractive.
different animal here.
Yeah, that is attractive and 100% single. She may not be into anybody or taking things serious, but it's enough suitors around here where I haven't dealt with that. So yeah, we can have that conversation at that point.
How about you, James? Are you okay with a woman dating multiple women?
A woman dating multiple women.
Excuse me, multiple men.
If
I'm
you
multiple
asked me
men.
that
Multiple men.
question a couple of years back, man,
No,
that's a whole nother.
but I asked the question wrong, so let's get it right.
Yeah, it was wrong. It was
Yeah.
wrong. I just want you to know. Okay. A woman dating multiple men. Do I have an issue with it?
Uh-huh. Why you trying to date her?
Wow, I'm trying to date her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I can understand everybody got friends. I feel like everybody got somebody. I ain't never met nobody that ain't got nobody. You know. And then I think like, I need you to make a decision. You know what I mean? I need you to prioritize things. If you can do that, then that's not a problem. If you going, if I'm gonna be the one and you making it obvious, you're making the necessary time for me, and I'm I can see that your schedule is available. You know, we went out last weekend. You're trying to schedule. You know what I mean? You pay attention to the signs, so if upon when she's getting more into you, she'll ask for a little bit more of your time. So.
And that's what Africa Wright was talking about. Some of the things that because the ladies in the comment right now are really
Okay.
really digging you all
Okay.
with your transparency and the way you're answering your questions. They're all of you all. They're really digging that. And Africa Wright said a couple of things she just has to have when it comes to this dating thing is number one, effective communication. And it seems like we all do that. And I think, I'm 49. Mark, you said you're 42. Otis, you said you're 51. James, I don't even know how old you are. I'm not gonna
I'm
worry about it.
50.
But
I'm 50.
okay, you're 50. Okay, so all of us have lived a little while.
Right. Right.
And some of us have been married, so we've been through a few things. So I think we've gotten that play out of us. What's going on, Shantae? So a lot of us have gotten that play out of us, and so we're kind of in different. Well, hold on. Mark said he ain't got it. Mark, in fact, the ladies want to know: are you single? They said the ladies need to know: are you single?
I am single,
I
but I
think
like you said. I just when you said a lot of us got the play out of us. I don't think a lot of us are playing around at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it.
Not at this point. I said gotten it out of us because I used to play 20 years ago.
But the
That's
thing
what I'm
is,
talking about.
I really, and I'm not trying to negate other guys' experiences,
Mhm.
but I feel like if you look at the essence of life, men, we're the first hopeless romantics. And over time, we've learned to play games to protect our hearts.
Ooh.
But you got to understand that society doesn't allow us to have that vulnerability a lot of times because,
That's good.
especially in our culture, if we were to divulge ourselves in the vulnerability when it comes to how we are emotionally, we're considered weak
Right.
or, a little B or whatever that is. So we learn to guard ourselves differently. But a lot of guys, if you look at it, I mean, we were the guy who you'll watch movies and then when she walks in, when she walks in that moment, like, oh, like ain't nobody else there but
Yeah.
her.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
We have those. We had that a lot of times in
Oh
life.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And guess
We
what?
know it. We know.
Right.
Yeah.
And we worked up the nerve to try to speak to him, and we got dissed. We got everything. But when a man looks at a woman, this has been happening for our life. We look at what we could do for her.
Wow.
Man, if I wasn't that dude, man, girls don't even know I'll be trying to sit there and get a better job. I'll be trying to do X, Y, and Z because when you want that woman, you want them to be that. You want to be the answer for everything.
Yes,
So
sir.
I feel like a lot of times, guys, we have for a long time hid behind trying to be cool, hid trying to have a little edge to us and everything else. At the end of the day, we are some of the most realist, hopeless romantics, especially in our culture, the Black culture, we're not allowed to express that all the time. So we hide behind being a man who can get a bunch of women and everything else. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, more women talk to me when I'm out with attractive women than they do when I'm out with my friends. So I gotta hide behind certain images just to be taken seriously. But I maybe I'm lit off on a tangent, so I'm
No, you're good. No, you're good, and you just got called an MVP and everything else, and so and that's what I want. Y'all know what? Please, everybody, share this thread. Tag 4 or 5 people. Let's get these numbers up, and let's get some people in this conversation, because we're gonna have a good one tonight. We're gonna have a really, really, really good conversation. Mark, you just brought up a very, very interesting paradigm, because, and Otis, you alluded to this on the show before, and I'm bringing you back in, Otis. You said something a while ago when you talked about how your uncles, told you that it was cool to cheat. It was cool to have multiple women. It was a culture that was created. Go ahead, talk to the ladies about that for me real quick, for Otis.
Okay, not to put my family on blast, but in my family, for the men
Your
in
family
my
represents
family,
everybody's family.
my uncles and my father taught me being players is what it was. We got this saying in our family. We come from a long line of players. My daddy was a player. My great father was a player. His daddy was a player. His dad was a player. So that was taught to me at an early age. But what happened was, I said this before, I wasted all those years trying to be a player that I was taught how to be, but it wasn't. I found myself at 51 single by myself when I could have been building.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there is what I teach my daughters. That's not the way to be right there.
That's good stuff.
And during that time, don't get me wrong, my uncles, they thought they was doing what they thought was best, but that wasn't best for me. It might have been best for them, but it wasn't best for me, because I took on that image. I took on that anointing that they taught me. And it kind of shook me up a little bit when I realized that wasn't it.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. So, and that's something that can be a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's a cultural thing. But as Mark said, those images of that love at first sight thing, because we did instant attraction a couple times ago. You asked the question earlier today, and I want to touch that question. She says, "Fellas, James, I'm gonna go to you on this one." She said, "Fellas, what make you all reserved when it comes to asking a woman out?" I have my thoughts on that, Mark. I'm gonna come to you next. But fellas, what makes you all so reserved when it comes to asking a woman out? What's your answer on that, James?
Oh wow. Asking a woman out. I mean, the only reason I wouldn't is because I don't want to. You know what I mean? Just like they would say no to a guy that they don't want to. You know what I mean? Is because I don't know. I meet a lot of women and have conversation, but I'm the type of person that can walk away and leave it just at the conversation. I ain't got to go out with you again. It ain't. It was nice to meet another adult. I think a lot of times people looking for relationships and they don't understand healthy male-female relationships. So when somebody's just you have a nice conversation with a stranger or whatever, you don't always have to lead to anything. You don't always have to lead to a date. It could just be you met a nice guy and
I like that. I like that answer. Mark, same question for you, sir.
Can make me hesitant going out. I mean, I don't want to go out with everybody I talk to. Just like a woman doesn't want to sleep with every guy that she gives a number to. I reserve that right. And a lot of women would make the mistake of me being financially reserved. Let me tell you this funny story. A girl told me the other week that she's celibate. I said, hey man, that's good. And then she said, what do you feel about that? I said, I got no problem with it. I said, because I'm celibate too. She said, you are? So you're not having sex with people? I said, no, I'm financially celibate. And she said, what? She said, this is crazy. She said, my God, how could you even say something? That makes no sense. I said, whoa. I don't have to have sex to get to know you. You don't need my money and resources to get to know me. So
Wow.
let's be intellectually and spiritually stimulated and go from that point on. But it kind of didn't work out that way because she said a man who wants to be with her should date and court her and everything else. And it's funny when you say about courting or dating, a lot of women don't even know what courtship looks like during this time. If I'm taking you out to eat and everything else, well, you should show me at some point, hey, we don't have to go out tonight. Let me cook this meal for you. Let me show you the other part about that. It's a two-way street. But when we speak today, courtship is only one way. And that's kind of crazy. So at the end of the day, if we're doing the conversation, if I don't hear it's going to be some type of reciprocation or in my actions, then I won't take you out. This is not freemeal.com. That's why I hardly do the online dating, because every woman is so hungry. I ain't never met a city full of so many successful women that's hungry all the time.
Hungry
It's
all the
crazy.
time, bro. And
Man,
don't pick.
I
They
try to
don't pick
call them.
Applebee's. They ain't picking
Man, I try to
Applebee's
call
either.
women after brunch with their girls, and they like, where you want to meet at? Some other place to eat? I was like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I get it.
Miss it.
Hey, Mark, you are 1,000% on with that. And sisters, hear that. And that's, I want y'all to hear that. I want you to hear that. Just because you have a conversation with you don't mean we're necessarily hitting on you. That's not always the case. Just because I have a conversation with you don't mean I got it on the screen. Just because he has a conversation with you doesn't mean he wants to connect with you. This is me talking. Our interview is in the conversation. And then the second interview is on the date. I might not want to go to well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Did I say that right, Otis? Tell me if I'm wrong. Unmute yourself and tell me if I'm right. I'll unmute you. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did I say that right?
You right. You right, my brother. Reserve. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. What make me reserve my money? I have to choose. Again, it's very expensive to date, so I'm not out there trying to take you on a free date. I'm out there doing an interview. It's like a job application. I'm out there trying to get to know you. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what makes me reserve. What makes me reserve? I have a choice now. I've learned that I have a choice. So with me having a choice, I get to choose now. The same thing that ladies want is the same thing that I want. And women don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. Reserve. Reserve is a big word now. You know, I love dating. Don't get me wrong. I love dating. I love flirting. I love talking to a young lady. I love learning from young ladies. But today, come on now. I'm just like you ladies. I'm picking now. You say you have a list. Can I have a list too? That's all I'm saying. And Ashley, thank you for listening to me.
All right. So no, hey, this is good. This is real good so far tonight, y'all. And ladies, if y'all have more questions, put those questions in the chat. We're here to answer those questions right now. We're here to answer. Y'all got us here. Y'all got us here. Y'all got us here. So while we're here, we're gonna put it out there. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. And I had Mark. I had this conversation with. I'm taking you off mute right now, Mark. I had this conversation with somebody earlier today, right? Because we were talking about a lot of things, how people can fall in love, get married and then fall out of love so quick and be divorced in 6 months and all these kind of things, right? And I think one of the biggest issues, Brandon, hey Brandon, one of the biggest issues with that is that whole self-talk thing. Because I think so many times women, I'm not pointing the finger because this is not a point the finger writer show, but so many times you have this conversation in your head about something that has not taken place. Like, for instance, you married. He get off work. You thought he got off work at 6, but he might have got off at 7:30, and he didn't get home at the time you thought he should have got home. Then all of a sudden you say, well, I wonder if he's cheating. You don't know it for sure, but that seed gets planted. And then once that seed gets planted, then it starts to take root. Then all of a sudden you done made yourself mad over something that didn't even happen. And I think so many times in relationships, even with this whole, why hadn't he asked me out to date on a date yet? Why hadn't he done this yet? Because you create the. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mark? Elaborate on it for me.
I like the way you start out with the whole get married and in love, out of love. Number one, we need to understand that being in love is by chance. So by chance, we found this person we love and everything else. But to stay in love is a choice.
Wow.
It's a choice to stay in love with someone, because you got to understand you're making a daily decision to be committed to this person in and out. And when you start going the other way, and start making other decisions, you're no longer in love. You no longer appreciate the situation anymore. It can come from either side, but that is your choice. And the thing about it is, we have a misconception of feelings, right? Feelings. No, my actions are my love. And it goes back to learning people love language and different things like that. But am I making that choice each and every day? And that's one of the things that we have to tussle and fight with. Men marry women for who they are. Most women marry men for who they could be. And those are two the common mistakes, because a woman is showing you, some women pretend in relationships to be a certain person, and then when they get married, they say, "Oh well, we married now. We don't do this anymore." Well, I only married you because you did this, and I thought this is what it's going to be for the rest of my life. Yeah. Now you didn't change, and I never changed, so the opposite happens. So, it's one of those. I've been married before too. I got married for the wrong reasons. 4 years married. I married her because she got pregnant, then grew up my dad, so I wanted to be a great father. Had to learn that being a father had nothing to do with being a husband.
Wow, that's good.
And I made that choice, and I learned from it. But being a great husband, you can always be a great father, but not the reverse.
Good. That's good. That's good. LaWanda Lovelace said, "I believe that if I don't get asked out after a conversation with a single man and he's not in a relationship, he didn't feel a connection or was not interested." Or wasn't interested. Next, no hard feelings. That's good, LaWanda. That's a good point. And that's the thing. I like that. I like that because we don't have to ask everybody out. We did a show a few weeks ago about being stuck in the friend zone. Sometimes the friend zone is a good place to be. You know what I'm saying? We can just be cool and we can get advice from each other. And I mean, I got several friends like that. But let me ask you a question. I told y'all what we were talking about. What about the women, wanting to be pursued, about the women wanting to be courted, before that connection and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes when you make those types of statements, it seems to project the idea that one or the other is the prize. Most time they think the woman is the prize, right? And I don't like to get into who's the prize. I think we're both the prize in the relationship, right? But society has put it out there that the woman is the prize, and when they act like that, but I do believe, James, that we should be the pursuers. How do you feel about a woman pursuing you? Hold on, I got you on mute. Remember you on mute. All right, okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Well, I don't really care for that. I'm a little old school. I don't really care for that. I don't care for that at all.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It's women's lib. Women are empowered. They making a whole lot of money, man. They got education. They got their own businesses.
Okay.
They bosses now. You mean tell me you don't want to be pursued by a boss woman?
And they see, I don't need.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just for me. I think it's something about a woman to, and I've heard a lot of that. A lot of independent women say that, and they feel like they have every right. And definitely, I wouldn't take that from them, but I just don't believe in that. I'm old school that way. I'm sorry. I still like to pursue the things that I find interesting. You know what I mean? Allow me to do that. But then but be able to articulate and reciprocate in conversation. But you ain't don't come for me.
I love it. Otis, big same question. Do you want a woman pursuing you? I'll ask in a moment.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, bro. I'm old school, but I'm new school. You know what? Chase me, baby. Let me know my worth. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes it's exhausting chasing you, baby. Chase me. Let me know. Call me, tell me, good morning, love. How you doing today? Send me some roses one time. Chase me. Let me know my worth. That's all I'm asking. Because in return, it's gonna make me a better man. Because all I'm gonna do is think about you 24/7. So chase me, please chase me, so I can know my worth. That's all I got to say, brother James.
I got you, Mark. You want to be chased?
Some days.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just joking, man. I think most, like James said, most of us, we are pursuers, but I think women have a misconception of what type of hunters we are. Not every dude is a predator. Some dudes are
Ooh.
trappers. So they take the time to get to know you, and they create a whole
Boy, you
situation.
preaching good tonight. I'm not taking my offering for you.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Preaching
So
good.
some women think, oh, calling you every time. Some man is listening to everything you're saying and waiting to create a situation that captivates everything that you've been saying and have a presentation that you really like. So women don't understand what every pursuit looks like. And you got to understand, and then you got some vultures out there. They gonna try to get on you when you at your weakest moment, you know. So you
Right.
got to understand what pursuit looks like from your men.
Right.
But most men are, you know, pursuers or hunters at point. But like Otis said, we are in a new generation. Women, they project themselves to be. Uh, they want equity. They want equality and all other stuff. Except when it comes to paying that bill when we go on that date. You know, if you financially, I'm sorry, when you financially stable, I don't know what it is to date a successful, financially stable woman because when I go to these places, there's only one person playing. So, and when they feel like you're at a certain financial level, it's the same treatment for me from the girl who's a high power lawyer, the girl working Popeyes. So, same experience for me, just a more expensive palette.
James, Africa want to know something. Is a woman inboxing first considered to be pursuing in a man in your eyes? Because I know you're not speaking for all men, but do you?
I mean, I'm
you
not
think?
speaking for all men, but I mean, I mean, because I think toward the end of that, the nature of the question changed to, do you want to be chased by a woman?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, you know, if I'm out and I'm being approached or something, I mean, and we're talking in the sense of a woman trying to pick me up.
No. This specific question: Do you think a woman inboxing you first? Do you consider that? Do you consider that her pursuing you if she
I
inboxes you
don't think
first?
I would.
No, okay. I don't think
I
I
don't
would
think
either.
I would.
Okay, I don't think I would either. I mean,
No.
I think that's okay. I mean,
Right.
you know, because even I said this last week. Even if we're pursuing you,
Right.
and you can drop breadcrumbs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Give us hints to let
Right.
us know you're interested. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but if I'm pursuing and I look like I'm doing all the pursuing and there's no reciprocation, then I'm gonna change focus, and I'm gonna go a whole nother way because we do want. I know my love language. My love language is words of affirmation. And I think it was John Maxwell said, affirmation is like oxygen for the soul. You want me to breathe? Let me know I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Let me know I'm in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? And we got a chance. We got a chance. Now, Corey answered the same question. Corey said, I think it's best to be chose. Now, this is Corey saying, I think it's best to be chose because then you don't have to ask for a name or a number, but you can just float a little bit and just let me know you see me. That's how Corey feels about that. That's how Corey feels about that. And all men are different. So we just kind of get a popular consensus about this. But that, let's talk a little bit more about what Mark put out here a minute ago, Otis. He talked about the trapper versus the predator. And the cat that gets the most press is not the trapper. The cat that gets the most press is the predator. The one that everybody talks about in the media or talks about is not the good father, the good husband, is out here with multiple women. That's not the trapper. That's the predator. Am I saying that right? That's the one who's preying on as many women as they can. But Otis, there are trappers out here, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there are trappers out there, and that's when you have to be aware of things, situations like that. And there's predators that's out there also, but you have to be aware. You know, I don't have any sons. I got nephews, and I tell my nephews, ask questions, talk. Don't be so quick to jump in the bed because there's some trappers out there, and you want to be conscious of that. And it's and it's real, and it could be male or female that could be trappers, and you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're trapped and you feel like you have nowhere to go.
Wow. That's how you feel about that, James? Trapper versus predator.
Okay. I was taking it in a sense of approach style and not necessarily. Am I with you on that, Mark?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's
Oh,
what we're
okay.
talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to say, I don't know. Y'all be safe out there in these streets.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
but no.
those are metaphors. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. I get it. I think that's true, and I mean, I think, to be honest, is that's being very transparent. And I don't know if I feel like there's necessarily something wrong with that. I think a trapper is somebody, a woman might describe him in detail as the type of man that she wants. He pays attention to detail. You know what I mean? He prepares things. I hear a lot of women say, I hate going out with a guy that's spontaneous. We don't even have reservations. It's not, or they like for a man to make plans.
Yeah, they love
So
that.
that'll be, kind of along lines of that type person, like Mark was saying, they'll create, the scenario, but that type of person is going to pay attention, to what it is. Whereas the predator, I think, is, just the guy that comes at it. He got the skills, the smile, the conversation. He comes at it. He's a lot to take, in an initial meeting, and he'll take that as far as he can take it for the moment. So a lot of times, if you're too anxious and you're too willing to give up too much, I think the predator is that's when the mindset of I don't mind. That's the taking mindset. I'm here to take. But I mean, it's absolutely true.
All right, Mark. Back. If you're talking to you're having a conversation with your daughter, right? I mean, if you, I don't mean if you had one, and you have, and you said something like this. What? And I'm gonna give you a statement. Tell me how you would interpret it to her. Don't miss the trapper while you're defending yourself against the predator.
I would tell her basically understand the person, your audience, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that no man is saying hello to you because of your morals and values. Primitive nature means attraction means that he's looking to reproduce. That is, if you take the emotions out, attraction equals reproduction. That means that he wants to have sex with you. He's physically attracted to you. But understand the maturity comes in men when you say, what else, right? Take the time to understand about what else he's talking about. Because no man wants you just to be your friend, unless it's platonic. I do believe in platonic relationships, but a man who's pursuing you, there is his goal, understanding what angle he's coming at. It's like any sport you play, right? You line up in front of a receiver or whoever you're going against your opponent. You study your opponent. Some people are fast, some people are powerful. No, study your opponent. So I tell her, take the time to know who you're talking to and deal with it appropriately. That's what I tell her.
That's good. That's good. Someone else said, based on some of the information. Oh, hold on, here it is. When dating us, no, here it is. Where is it at? I just saw the question a moment ago. Are there? Oh yeah. Can you give the honesty and transparency that we're looking for, no matter no matter how much it hurts or uncomfortable it is, for the betterment of the relationship or dating process? This question is for you, Otis. Can you give the honesty and transparency that we are looking for, no matter how much it hurts or uncomfortable it is, for the betterment of the relationship or dating process?
The answer would be yes. It's very important that you be transparent. Very important that you tell the truth. Yes, it might hurt my feelings in the long run, but it's gonna do two things. It's gonna strengthen me or make me weak, and I'd rather be strengthened. So if I'm doing something that you don't like, please let me know. Because if you don't let me know, I'm gonna continue to do it. So yes, the answer would be yes. I can.
And I'm gonna
And I
play a
would
little.
love the truth.
Gotcha. I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate, just a little bit. I'm not saying this is how I am, so don't. Sometimes I say stuff and I have to eat my words later on after the show because I try to take another position sometimes. We always say we don't want to hurt the one we love, right? And we know the truth is gonna hurt them. James, are we still telling that truth, or are we gonna try to cover it up a little bit? Are we gonna try to dilute it? Or are we just gonna be hard truth? How we handling that truth? I can't. Oh, I got you muted. Hold on. I mute you. Hold on. I got you muted. Start over again. I'm sorry. I mute you in between because I got to keep the background now. Go ahead.
I don't know if I can speak for anybody on that question other than myself. But I have just honestly got to a point in my life where the truth is the thing to roll with. And to a lot of people, it seemed like a bunch of game, but the truth is the best thing to roll with, I mean, even if it's just, look, let's just take time to get to know each other. You cool, but not right now. You know what I mean? It's whatever it is. It's just, I think being transparent from up front. You know what I mean? You know, and when they come with those conversations as men, I think it's important to say, you know, yeah, you are cool, but I'm not, you know, I still want to take that time to get to know you, you know, because it's a lot. And I think as women, you should understand and appreciate a man that want to take that time. You know, sometimes you can move too fast. Sometimes, you know, we can expect too much too soon, and we don't have full understanding of what, you know, that man's experience is. Like, you know, we came on, a lot of us said that we were married. I've been married 15 years. So if I date somebody for, you know, a month and they saying, well, they want to know where it's going, you know, a month seemed like nothing.
Yeah.
You know, what's a month? How can I assess this? I'm getting to know you. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. Mark.
Man, listen, it's tough for me. Ladies that's following, don't. I'm just honest. Like, um, I gotta. My battles and even this whole thing is more me, right? Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I like a woman till I even sleep with them. I'm just be honest. Sometimes I don't know if I like them till I sleep with them.
Okay.
Sometimes, because it's been times like, man, I really like this woman. She's everything. And I sleep with her and that sex is trash. I'm like, oh my God. I done wine and dine her and took her out everywhere for this old 87 octane stuff. This is trash. Oh my God.
87 octane stuff.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
done that. I've done it. I'm sorry. Look, and it's not to let you down. You saying
No, do your
being
thing, bro.
honest. But whatever, how do I tell a woman? Because every woman swear that that thing is the bomb.
Every last one of
Man,
them.
we fake too. I be over there faking. Oh my God. I'm trying to encourage you. I'm trying to encourage you to keep going because I believe in training courses too. You gotta learn and curve in this thing. I don't want to
I'm
break it,
dead.
but what I'm saying is we have y'all know we be faking. Oh, you know. Oh God, let me.
Ladies, what you gonna do if you got trash and we don't find out till later on? No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, listen, not everybody's sexually compatible. We understand that, and you can grow.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
not, but I'm just saying, like, you want that truth, but I'm
mhm,
not gonna lie. Like, you have to be very tactful and know who you talk to and how you say it,
mhm,
because I can tell a woman the truth that I'm dating other women, and that's the truth. But I'm treating her like a girlfriend. I'm telling her loving things. My actions are kind of contradictory of just dating. I'm making her feel like she's in a relationship, but even though I'm being transparent, I'm still lying.
Mm,
So you just got to be careful with that.
man, that's good. That's good. That's
mhm.
that's 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 real, real good. That is real, real good. And ladies, Mark brings up an interesting point. He said every woman thinks she has the bomb. Uh,
And
I'm
just be
speechless
saving
again.
that thing like it's about to be the thing. Like you should have threw that thing out first.
But
Like,
you don't. No, no, no,
you got
no,
that out the
no.
way.
Okay, now let's shift the conversation. Let's go now. Cause the truth be told, now y'all unmute all of y'all selves. Let everybody get unmuted. We can ready to talk now. So here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Because now you bring up a very interesting paradigm. Now you really do, because there are some women that I've noticed now. Because James was married 15, you were married 4, I was married 20, right? And I see a whole different
12 for
woman
me.
now. 12 for you. Oh wow. So we got 15, 12, 20. That's what, 32, 47, 51 years of marriage on here already. So, but with all that being said, there's and we talk about Mark about this Atlanta woman. James, you're from Atlanta too. You got a lot of these sisters now that are lead with that though. They ain't Bitmo did anything. I mean, they're acting like the predator that we're talking about a minute ago, right? Because they thinking if they put that, like you said, they're thinking if they put that thing on you, that they've given you the best thing they got. And it used to be a time that was what the prize was. You know what I'm saying? I had to work to get to that.
Flip,
I had to sing songs. I mean, I had to, sit
flip.
outside in the parking lot and watch the moon. I remember I used to go to school at UAPB, and boy, I used to pull up on Pine Bluff Lake and look across the water, you know what I'm saying, and try to ask her. So with that being said, you're saying, Mark, that you get to know them, you finally get to that point, and then you're highly disappointed And you ready to withdraw the right hand of fellowship.
I got a couple girls I need to take the small claims court. I done took them on trips and everything. I did all this for this. This is trash. I'm mad. This is all that false advertisement. I'm mad.
Oh wow.
Man, someone called 911.
Man, we spent all that time, that money, that effort, and it's trash, bro. It's like, oh my goodness, you could have. Come on now, Swift. I'll talk you to Copeland now. This is what I get in return. I'm not saying that's all I want, but you bragged about it. You lead into the conversation with it. You tricked me with it. You said high five. Well, I ain't gonna want nobody else. And then I'm building it up now. I'm waiting. I ain't messing with nobody. I'm exercising. I'm taking my medicine, my garlic pills, and then I get to this like. But I'm like that, bro. I'm gonna keep going now. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna get me. But when I get done and roll over, this it.
Man,
that's all I'm saying.
Wow, that boy said Copeland, y'all. He said not the garlic peel. Did he say garlic peel, y'all? He said he didn't get ready.
Garlic pills, man.
Listen, if y'all are
we ain't 51 yet.
If y'all are under 21 or super saved, y'all might want to listen to tomorrow night show. Well, I'm not having a show tomorrow night, but we go. Sometimes we do go a little left on these conversations. But I get it. I get it, Mark. I get it. I can relate.
But it's the same thing for us as them. Sometimes they've been with a guy and they are super excited about this guy and everything, and then gets to the bedroom, it's trash for them too.
Yeah,
and then
they say
they lose interest. And the thing is, all I'm saying is for men, like y'all be trash too. And we be like, yo, but guess what? She got a good heart. She's a good mother. Like she's a good all of this stuff. We be overlooking some stuff too. But then I'm gonna tell you the thing about
all that be the reason I say don't come for me, because I know what the hell. I know what I'm looking for. Don't come holler at me, Sean. I know how to look. I know how you walk. I can tell if you walk. You know what I mean? It's been like that. And something back to what Mark said, and it's really done flipped. Like you said, you really don't know if you like a girl until you sleep with her, whatever. I mean, I meet females now, and it's really like I don't know if I like you enough to sleep with you.
Hallelujah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because after a while, it's too much. It's volume. It's a bunch of, you know what I mean? It's a lot of game. And for somebody who's running up with you, and throwing it at me like, I done did that, done seen that. From Atlanta, born in Atlanta, it's been that way. But like you were saying, Mark, I really think it done flip.
Which James are y'all hollering at now with all these exclamation? Which James are y'all hollering at with all these exclamation points? Because is it the James that's talking? Because it's two of us up here. Okay. So, no, I get it. I get it. So, Mark, are you teaching? If it's trash, are you teaching?
I'm inspiring, and if you can be inspired, do what you do. But I definitely will do the best I can, and and I hope if it's me, I could be trash, and he'll give him that time. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, because at the end of the day, I'm hard. God, I feel like I'm the butthole of the group.
No, you're not.
Listen, if everybody been married, I'm sorry, man. We be all excited. Ain't too many men got married to say they want to get divorced. But man, listen, you didn't hype me up. I didn't got married, and they good. But when they get married and they come a mom, and I know the chemical imbalances that go on, but it's trash after that. More married men are in the strip club. More married men are watching porn sites than ever before. When I was married, I ran out of lotion, bro. I'm telling you, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I was in pain. If you've been married, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, I feel like on both parties, we got to learn to, like with your job, every year there's a different policy that comes out, right? And you got to update yourself. And I think we got to constantly update ourselves on each other in the bedroom, emotionally, spiritually, everything else, because we're constantly changing. And I think we all get content in our ways. And that's what I feel important. We all get okay with certain things. Like it goes down to the basics. And I'm sorry, at 42 years old, I'm going through a slight depression and I'm being open with it, because at this age, I understand dating younger women, they're looking for security and stability. So she's really not in love with me for my core character and who I am. She's looking for me for sustainability and like survival, right? And the thing is, the women my age, they still think they 25. They still think they look just as good as they did before. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing all that for that right there. Like, I'm not working my way up. I'm not doing all these little jump ropes for you. Like, look, my life speaks for itself. I'm not doing all that for you.
Right.
So I'm in that funky stage right now because I think this thing should be organic.
Mm-hmm.
Like good. You see my lifestyle, you see the way I move. You know, it's one person on this is mortgage. You know what I'm capable of. I'm not jumping through hoops for you.
Wow.
But I'm not asking them to jump through hoops for me. I just want organic compatibility. But in my dating life, this woman. I meet women that's got 5 kids talking about they're not having sex. No, you should tell me why you got 5 kids. Show me that thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, every woman when I first meet them, they want to go. They want fine diamond. They want to experience this lifestyle that they never had. My thing is, why you be dating all these trash dudes, and then you say, "Oh, now I deserve a good man." No, you don't. You don't always mean you deserve a good man. You've been making bad choices. You think you just wake up and say you deserve a good man?
Real talk. That's good. All right, listen, we're coming up on an hour. We're coming up on an hour, and I told y'all I'm trying to get out of here. Trying to get this shorten this show a little bit. So we got one more question. And ladies, y'all let me know. Y'all want me to bring the men back next week, or do y'all want to do a male and female panel next week? Mark, you're gonna be a contributor. We're gonna get you back in here some more whenever. Yeah, we're gonna get you with some women on the stage, so y'all can talk to each other. Jane, we're gonna set up some times where we can get some men and women up here, and they'll be able to communicate together. So let me know. Y'all say in the chat, you want men or y'all want to mix? Men or mix? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Men or mix, and then I'll make a decision and I'll decide. If it's a men, it'll be probably a different panel next week. But y'all let me know. Put men or mix. I need to know what y'all want for next week. But here the last question of the night is Shantae actually asked this question earlier, and she wanted me to ask you guys. She said, "What do men?" This is for you first, Otis. What do men really notice on a first date? What are we looking for on a first date? You there, Otis?
Yes. Yes. Conversation. You know, okay. I want to feel you, energy, the vibe. You know, this is a conversation. It's an interview. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. I want you to ask me questions. So when you leave from that table, we have an understanding of each other. My thing is, I don't like for you to say, well, if you want to date me, you got to prove yourself to me. Well, we having a conversation. If I'm taking you out, is that not proof? You know, that's my only deal. Let's have a conversation. That's it. I just want to sit down. I just want to have fun. That's all I want to do on a date. Have fun. Let's laugh. Let's joke. Let's connect. Energies, the vibe, and from there we'll move on from there. See what we got going on.
That's good. James, same question.
Pretty much the same thing. Conversation.
Okay. He froze. I think he froze, James. James, you still froze? Mark, go ahead, pick him up, Mark.
All right. Well, I'm not just looking at conversation. I'm critiquing everything. I'm looking if you got your phone turned upside down. I'm looking at how much attention you're giving me. I'm listening. I'm hanging on to every word that you're saying. I'm searching for if this woman is come from the perspective of compatibility or entitlement. I'm hanging on to everything. So when I'm my first encounter with you, I'm hanging on to every word. I'm looking at little notions and everything that you do. We're not dumb. We all at this stage in life, we know what genuine interest looks like.
Yeah.
We know when people are totally into us, excited about us. We know what it looks like. And if you're not giving that, because that bar has been set by our experiences. If you're not giving that, then I'm gonna take it as cool and casual. Okay. Women control dating and sex. They do. They control when you want to go out to eat, where you want to go out to eat, what you want to do. When they're gonna sleep with them, but men will control marriage. If I'm looking for marriage, I am critiquing all the things I want to see in my wife on my dates. Period.
Starting with the first date.
Starting with the first date.
Mm-hmm.
If a girl say I'm getting a bag, I don't even want her. If I hear with that term, I'm getting a bag, I don't want her.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, this is how y'all ladies, how y'all enjoying this conversation so far? I mean, real talk. How y'all enjoying the conversation? I told y'all I was trying to get out of here in an hour, like I said. But if y'all enjoying the conversation, is it helping you? You see, Ashley said that man said, period. That's it. That shit ain't going no
I
other
say
way.
You
ain't put the T on it. No, that takes it to a whole nother level.
That's strong. That's strong, man.
Yeah, and that's actually not, outside of our culture and our norms. So we're not gonna ride beyond those types of things, man. But I'm digging this, man. And ladies, before I get out of here, do y'all have any more questions? Because y'all got the men here now, and everybody over here looking like they want to go with mixed next week. Most of y'all looking like y'all want to go with mixed next week. So I think we've been super transparent. I think we've been super honest. I think everybody has shared their truth. I'm gonna give each one of you guys a closing moment. So get your thoughts together as far as what you want to close out and what you want women to know about you. You ain't gotta say about men, because all of us got our own fingerprints, right? And all of us are gonna be with somebody, or maybe not, or whatever. But what do you want women to know about you, Otis, or about when it comes to dating?
Well, I just want women to know about me, though. Although I have my own business, although I'm a good guy, but I just want you to understand that I'm a different type of brother. I like to tell people I'm a street brother, but I'm an anointed brother. God just happened to anoint me. The way I dress, the way I talk, it's not the norm. But if you peel back those layers, you'll find out I'm really a good guy. I believe in having multiple incomes. I believe in building together. I believe in being honest. It's just that I'm different. I just consider myself a different. I'm from North Little Rock. I was raised off a pipe. I took that same hustle mentality and put into a business. And a young lady taught me how to do that business. My pastor taught me how to do a business. So I'm just different. I like to be real. I like to have fun. I love to cook. I like to be by myself, but with somebody. Just a conversation with me. I just love having fun. So if anybody want to date me, that's just who I am. You see that promo? Anybody want to date me? That's just who I am. I don't want. I've dated lawyers. I've dated important people, but.
Boy, this internet ain't no joke tonight on them, is it? This internet killing them
Let's
dead.
giggle. Then when we go.
Otis, you breaking up now. We done missed the whole paragraph. Otis, we done missed the whole paragraph of what you said.
Somebody.
Otis, we missed the whole paragraph of what you said. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, James, go ahead. What do you want women to know?
I'm sorry. What was that?
We were missing out. You
what
cut out. You cut out pretty bad. You cut out. You cut your conversation cut out towards the end. It's okay though. You good? You there? Hold on. I think I muted him now. All right, you good now? Can you hear me?
You talking to me?
Otis. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Last part of what you said cut out real bad. So we didn't hear you. But
okay.
Lawana Love, but I think go ahead.
As long as you got my promo, I'm all right.
Yeah, you got your promo. You definitely got your promo. Lawana Lovelace said,
I'm good.
Lawana Lovelace said, "Hi, Otis. I'm from North Little Rock, Arkansas, as well." So she wanted you to let you know. All right. So James, have you given advice to women about James and about men like James? What would you tell women when it comes to dating?
I would say to be yourself, to be confident in who you are, whatever that is, and understand that every man ain't for you. And just be yourself. Be confident in that. Develop your spirituality. Be more than just something pretty to look at. Be somebody that a man can talk to. I don't believe in saying be his peace, because I believe he should have his own peace.
Absolutely.
But
don't add no chaos.
Be that well-rounded woman. Don't just be to the dimes and the nine, and don't follow the trends. Don't be afraid to be different.
That's good stuff. Mr. Mark, you the MVP, they say. Well, all of us. I'm just joking when I say that all of us are MVPs. Nah. But go ahead, Mark. What do you? How are you encouraging women about dealing with people like Mark?
It's a difficult thing to say because when it comes to women, like every woman, the baddest woman, right? I say like take a little pill of humility.
Mm,
Understand that we're not perfect. Understand that the person you're dating is not perfect. Give them the same grace in dating that you want in return. At the end of the day, we all out here trying to get it right. If we're 40 plus and we're still single, we got some things that we learned from, some things that we haven't healed from, and give each other that time to get to those places. But dating a guy like me, best thing you do is en- enjoy friendship with me and create that friendship. Because if you don't have that, you don't have me.
that's good. That's good. That's good. Kamira did give one suggestion to us men that none of us said. None of us said. Kamira said one thing. She said that make sure we listen, and make sure we listen. We do. My dad taught me a long time ago that we got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Do twice as much listening as you do, and most times, even if you don't say it, men observe. I'm gonna watch these heads nod. Watch this. Men, we might not say nothing, but even when it look like we're not listening, we're observing. You know what I'm saying? We watching. When we come in this whole dating process, man, we watching. And when we find but that's what a hunter has to do. The hunter has to be aware of his surroundings. Man, he might walk in somebody else's trap. You know what I'm saying? Or if he steps on a twig, the twig or a stick, he might make the deer run away. You know what I'm saying? He does a whole. So we have to be calculated when we observe. That's why when a young man, when a father teaches his son how to use the bathroom, we don't teach him to sit down in front of the toilet. We teach him to stand up, and then we teach him to aim for the spot. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot over there. Because we're calculated. We're doing a certain thing when we're raising, and that's just how we are. And what I would say, or what I would advise us to do, is to embrace each other's differences, right? Because last thing I want is a woman. Lord, I definitely don't want a man. The last thing I want is a woman who's just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you get mad why would you expect you out of somebody else? When God made you, only you. You the only one that got the fingerprints that you have in this whole wide world, but you mad because somebody's not like you. We can't be like that. So we have to learn how to embrace each other's differences, and that's what's going to help to help us to start to form effective communication. Look, Mark has laid it on the line. James has laid it on the line. Otis has laid it on the line. I even asked y'all a couple of weeks ago, do y'all forgive me? Can we reconcile? Because I want to see us reconcile and start to build these healthy relationships so that marriage trends can start going in the right direction as opposed to going to the wrong direction. See, like somebody come on here a moment ago saying we have a problem. Why we got to sit back and point out whose problems are?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, that point the finger rightness is real when we start talking about y'all problem with this or y'all problem with that. You realize when you point one finger at somebody, you got 4 more pointing back at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all have problems. Because some of the people that say there's something about the other people that have problems. Well, hell, why you single?
Mm-hmm.
You have a problem too, apparently.
And
So
that
what we
listening
got to do,
go both ways.
that listening goes both ways.
Yeah.
So miss me on who have a problem in this whole y'all thing and all that kind of stuff. No, it's a we. It's a we. And until it becomes a we, then it's never gonna be a us. Quote that and tweet that. Until it becomes a we, it'll never be a us. And that's what we have to do. And I think these conversations will start to lead us in the right direction. And that's why I appreciate Mark. When I asked Mark to come on the show today, he ain't think about it twice. He said, oh yeah, what time? When I asked, he said, I got one thing to do with my son, but after that, are we good? When I asked James to come on the show, James said, oh yeah, what time? When I hit Otis, what you say, Otis? Bet. That's an Arkansas word right there, y'all. That's a bet. He said, I already bet. So because we want to come on and we want to have these conversations, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not dealing with this negativity. You're not going to come in here pointing the finger. Y'all know how I am about this whole chat room right here. Now, next week, when we do the mixed conversation, there probably will be a little back and forth, right? And that's cool. That's all right. But we're going to have a chance to speak our truths, and we're going to be respectful of one another. We're going to do that. Shante, have we not been like that since we started the Intellectual Stew? Ashley, have we not been like that since we started the Intellectual Stew? So miss me with all that bull stuff talking about what y'all do and what y'all do, because we can talk about what y'all do too, but I'm not, because we've been doing that for too long. Too long. I don't need you. I don't need. I'm finna. Let me hold on there. We'll talk about that another time on another day. But don't come in with, like I said, we're not pointing the finger at nobody. Not in here. No way, no ma'am, no sir. And we're gonna do it respectfully, because I love everybody. I love everybody. All right, so I've had a good time tonight. Y'all have had a good time. And anybody else got anything before we do? May the Lord watch between me and thee. I mean, before I do this whole benediction piece right here, because we about to roll. Y'all, I got a little sweat on back of my hair stood up on the back of my neck a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. If I offended somebody, I don't apologize. But I'll catch y'all next time. And it's been real. Mark, you coming back next week?
If you need me, I'm here.
You already back on. I don't want to hear it. Mark, you coming back next week. I'm gonna call y'all next week. We're gonna put this together. This has been real, and like I always tell y'all, at the end of all of my shows, I say I ask a specific question. Mark, you might be able to relate to this question, but the question is: the world is changing, but my question for you is, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch y'all next go around.